Hey guys, how you doing? If you're anything like me, you love croutons. But the thing that drives me wacky about them, whether you buy them at the store or whether you get them at a restaurant, you put your fork into it and it crumbles. What about having a crouton that was so delicious that it was crispy on the outside, lots of flavor, garlic and butter, but it was soft on the inside, and you could kind of chew it and crunch it at the same time? Well, I'm going to share with you a recipe that is exactly that. Chewy, crunchy croutons by Rangoon. So check it out. It's real simple. I'm going to go ahead and hammer it down. Just went to the store and got a couple loaves of French bread. I sliced it into 1-inch thick slices, and it's quite easy to just cut it down the middle. You want these to be big, not little. Cut it down the middle. Each piece you can cut into maybe eight slices or so. Real simple. It doesn't get any simpler than that. So I'm going to take all of these babies here and cut them kind of gently so that the bread doesn't crumble apart. Because the longer it sits here, the drier it gets, and then the bread kind of crumbles. So just kind of let the knife do the work. Cut through these babies so that each of these pieces, each of these rounds cuts into about 8. That's about the size you want right there. They're almost like 1-inch cubes. Spin that around. Oops, I just dropped one on the floor. We'll have to give that one to the mice. These end pieces are a little smaller, so I'm only going to cut those into 6. And we got a couple more to cut here. I slice them too thick. It's a little easier, a little less work. So there you go. Got all those babies on this nice, flexible, easy to move around cutting board. And here's our last one. And there, we're done. Okay, next I'm going to show you what we do and how we prepare the frying pan. See you in a couple minutes. Bye-bye. Hey guys, we're back. We're at the stove now. By the way, we have a possible hurricane coming, so we're trying to make all kinds of good food that we can have, you know, if we're bottled up in the house for a while. That's how these croutons came about. And there's a nice pot of chili going over there that my sister made. So in the frying pan deal, I just turned it on high. Really simple. Wesson oil, peanut oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, doesn't matter what. Hit the bottom of the pan, don't be afraid. I have probably 1/4 of an inch of oil in the bottom. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect, nice and easy. This is the key ingredient, garlic. As much garlic as you like. I love garlic, we all do. So we buy the big monster size ones. I'm gonna put in several big teaspoons, as well as some butter. Anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 stick of butter. And you can see they're starting to do their thing. It's starting to, you can hear it gurgling, gurgle. Oh yeah, listen to that. The butter's starting to melt and the garlic, the oil's heating up. The house smells fabulous right now. So we're gonna let that kind of do its thing. Here comes the fun part. Here's the bread that we cut up. Some big old 1-inch cubes. Any kind of bread is fine. I like the big garlic bread loaves because you can cut them nice and thick. And we're just gonna drop those in there like that. Oh yeah. And quite simply, you just gently kind of fold in those pieces of bread so they all get a little swim in the oil and garlic. The house smells like the holidays almost. It's so good. I can't tell you how good this smell is. It was on high. I'm gonna bring it down to probably medium or so. And all you do is just keep folding and turning. And it's probably going to take about 10 minutes or so, so I'm going to come back to you in a little bit here. But the oil and the garlic and the butter is starting to get absorbed by the bread, and it is so yummy smelling. So we're going to just gently do that on medium for about 10 minutes or so. We want the outside to start getting a little bit brown and crispy, but the inside stays nice and fresh and chewy. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye. Hey guys, we're kind of midstream in the cooking process. You can see the croutons are starting to brown up a little bit. You have to keep mixing them around gently though, otherwise the bread will fall apart. You don't want that because you don't want them to burn. Even though at the end they're going to be a little bit burnt and crispy, you don't want them to burn because the garlic will give it kind of a nasty flavor. So just gently flip them around. Remember, we're just using garlic, butter, and oil. But you can use whatever you want. You can throw in rosemary, thyme. I'd stay away from any kind of cheese products because the cheese will burn as well too, and you don't want the cheese burnt because it kind of gives it a nasty flavor. So we're midstream. I'm starting to see some of the tips here are getting a little bit brown. Let me see if I can get one up to the camera close. See, it's starting to get a little bit brown, but like I said, you don't want to burn them. You just want them to kind of get brown, but keep flipping them maybe on medium heat right now. So I'll be back in a few. See ya. Hey guys, hello. We're probably, I don't know, I'd say maybe 7 minutes in. As you can see, things are starting to brown up good here. Getting a little crispy on the outside. Let me show you one of these pieces right there. Look at that. Huh? A nice big old crouton. Those are little pieces of minced garlic on the outside. Kind of sticking, harden and caramelizing a little with the butter to the bread. I have it on medium heat and I'm just continually stirring around. You're going to notice as you get towards the end here in another 5 minutes or so when they're done, a lot of the garlic is going to be burnt in on the bottom. I try to leave that when I pull out the croutons so that all that burnt garlic isn't in there. You just got to, like I said, you got to be gentle with your stirring. You want to kind of almost go underneath and fold over like that so you're not squishing the bread. But it's starting to firm up, you can tell. Look at that, huh? Look at that little crispy critter. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Gonna put that baby back in. And we're getting down to the last few minutes here. Okay, I'll come check in with you in a little bit. See ya. Okay guys, we are just about done. I just turned the heat off. These babies are just kind of slightly simmering. I'm seeing all the garlic on the bottom is kind of burned and fallen off. We're going to leave that stuff alone as we scoop these out. I just take them. This is a batch that I made earlier. You can see how they almost look like roasted potatoes if you look quick. But I just take these out like this, guys. And I put them in like that. Let the garlic kind of fall off. That's loose. And these are absolutely delicious. Check this out. Those are giant, chewy, crunchy croutons, and they're amazing. And you can, at this point, if you really want to do cheese, you can sprinkle some, Parmesan or Romano cheese on these now. And I put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in their fridge, and they last, oh my gosh, at least a week. And we use these, you can sprinkle them on top of pasta sauce. When you make your pasta and you put the sauce on, you can sprinkle some of these on top. Obviously, you can use them for salads. You can use them for French onion soup. And if you're just kind of hungry for some yummy croutons. Just take them like this. Mmm. Mmm. They're so good. You can even get a little cup of blue cheese or ranch dressing and just dip them in like that. And here's the finished product, gang. They're absolutely yummy, and this house smells like heaven. So, Rangoons homemade croutons. Inch cubed chunks of French bread. Mix in a little bit of olive oil, any type of oil you want. Bunch of minced garlic and butter. Let it boil. Throw these babies in. Slowly fold them and cook them for about 10 minutes or so until they're crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, and then just scoop them out and put them into a bowl, let them cool off. And that's what you're gonna be having. And oh my gosh, I wish we had smell-o-vision so I could share it with you because it's pretty awesome. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.